Chapter 20 Tripura Rahasya. You are not a seeker. You are the truth itself. At the end of Chapter 19, Parasurama had received the complete teaching on the nature of samadhi. He understood the difference between the forced stillness achieved by hatha yogis and the natural abiding of the jnana yogi. He understood the three classes of jnanis and how their experience of samadhi evolves, from flickering to steady to completely natural. Above all, he understood that true samadhi is not a state to be achieved through effort, but the recognition of what you already are when the veil of ignorance is removed. Now the teaching ascends to its highest peak. In Chapter 20, Dattatreya reveals the very heart of the Tripura Rahasya, the Vidya Gita, the Song of Wisdom. This is not a teaching given by any human guru. It is the direct revelation of the Supreme Goddess, the transcendental consciousness that pervades all three states of waking, dream, and deep sleep. It is the living voice of the Divine Mother herself. Long ago, in the celestial abode of Brahma, the greatest sages had gathered. Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatkumara, Sanatsujata, Vasistha, Pulastya, Pulaha, Kratu, Bhrigu, Atri, Angiras, Narada, Vishvamitra, Gautama, Shuka, Parashara, Vyasa, and many other illumined beings were present. All of them were realized. All of them were wise. Yet even among them, subtle differences remained. Some were absorbed in nirvikalpa samadhi. Some were engaged in deep philosophical discussion. Some were immersed in loving devotion. Some were active in the service of the world. Some appeared almost like ordinary men. A question arose among them. Which path is the highest? Which way leads most directly to the final goal?
Lord Brahma, we are all sages. We have studied the scriptures. We have practiced austerities. We have known the world and what lies beyond it. Yet each of us lives differently. Some of us remain always in nirvikalpa samadhi. Some delight in philosophical discourse. Some are sunk in loving devotion. Some have taken to selfless work. Some seem exactly like men of the world. Which among us is the best? Which path is truly the highest? We cannot decide among ourselves. Each of us feels his own way is the best. Please guide us.
O best of sages, even I do not see the final answer clearly. There is Parameshvara, the All-Knower, the Supreme Lord. Let us go to Him.
This is the first movement of the Vidya Gita. Even the greatest sages, though realized, still carry questions. Even those who have attained high states seek further clarity. The journey does not end with initial realization. There is always deeper appreciation of the truth, deeper assimilation of wisdom, and more complete surrender. Brahma, along with the sages, approached Lord Shiva, who sat radiant in meditation. They placed their question before him.
O Lord, these sages cannot agree. Each believes his own path is supreme. Some are absorbed in samadhi, some engage in discussion, some are devoted to worship, some are active in the world. Which is the best? Which leads most directly to the goal?
O sages, even I do not see one method as clearly superior to all others. Let us turn inward, let us meditate together on the Supreme Goddess, Her Majesty, the unconditioned knowledge, the source of all. By her grace alone shall we understand even the subtlest truths.
This is the second movement of the Vidya Gita. Even Shiva, the highest among gods, does not give a personal opinion. Instead, he leads everyone to the feet of the Supreme Consciousness, and in that deep meditation, she appears. Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, and all the sages sat together in profound meditation. They turn their minds completely inward, focusing on the pure awareness that underlies waking, dream, and sleep. And as they meditated with one pointed devotion, the goddess revealed herself. A majestic voice arose from the expanse of pure consciousness, the voice of the Divine Mother, the transcendental intelligence speaking directly to the assembly of sages.
Speak out your minds, O noble rishis. Be quick, the sincere desires of my devotees are always fulfilled without delay.
The sages prostrated before her in deep reverence. Brahma and the others offered their praise.
Salutations to thee, O greatest, O most auspicious, O absolute knowledge, O consciousness that pervades the three states, O creatrix, protectress, and dissolver of all. Salutations again and again. There was never a time when thou wert not, for thou art unborn. Thou art ever fresh and therefore never grow old. Thou art all, the essence of all, the knower of all, the delighter of all. Yet thou art not all. Thou art nowhere and yet everywhere. Thou hast no core, yet thou art the core of everything. Thou art aware of all, yet beyond all awareness. O Supreme Being, salutations to thee from every direction, before, behind, above, below, and all around. Kindly reveal to us thy relative form and thy transcendental state. Tell us of thy power and thy identity with pure knowledge. What is the proper and perfect means to attain thee? What is the nature and result of such attainment? What is the ultimate finality beyond which there is nothing more to accomplish? Who is the best among the accomplished sages? Salutations to thee again and again.
This is the third movement of the Vidya Gita, the praise that itself contains the questions. The sages do not merely ask, they worship. And in their worship, they reveal the nature of the one they seek. She is all and not all. She is everywhere and nowhere. She is the knower and the known. She is beyond both.
Listen, O sages. I shall explain to you clearly and categorically all that you have asked. I shall give you the nectar drawn from the essence of all sacred scriptures. I am the abstract intelligence from which the entire cosmos originates, upon which it flourishes and into which it finally resolves, like images appearing and disappearing in a mirror. The ignorant know me only as the gross universe, but the wise feel me as their own pure being, eternally glowing as I within. This direct realization dawns only in the deep stillness of thought-free consciousness. Like the calm, bottomless depth of the ocean free from waves. The most earnest devotees worship me spontaneously with the greatest sincerity, born of their love for me, although they know that I am their own non-dual self. The deep-rooted habit of loving devotion makes them conceive their own self as me. They worship me as the life current pervading their bodies, senses, and mind, without which nothing could exist. This is the purport of all holy scriptures. Such is my transcendental state.
This is the first teaching of the Vidya Gita. The goddess is abstract intelligence, the self itself. She is not a distant deity. She is the pure awareness in which the whole cosmos appears, like images in a mirror. The ignorant see only the images. The wise see the mirror, the eternal I, shining within.
My concrete form is the eternal couple, the Supreme Lord and His energy, always in undivided union, pervading the three states of waking, dream, and sleep. I recline on the cot, whose four legs are Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Shvara, and whose surface is Sadashiva. This cot rests in the mansion of fulfilled purpose, surrounded by the garden of Kadamba trees on the Jewel Island in the ocean of nectar that extends beyond the cosmos. All gods, celestials, sages, and beings are manifestations of myself. Yet people do not know me because their intellect is shrouded in ignorance.
This is the second teaching of the Vidya Gita. The formless takes form out of love. The goddess is both formless awareness and the concrete divine couple. All manifestations, all gods, all beings are her. The world is not separate from her. It is she appearing as form.
I grant boons according to the mode of worship and the sincerity of desire. There is no one besides me worthy of worship or capable of fulfilling all desires. Though I manifest in diverse ways, I remain unblemished because absoluteness is my very being. This is my supreme power, though I am the abode of all and immanent in all. I remain pure.
This is the third teaching of the Vidya Gita. The goddess is non-dual and ever pure. She manifests as the many, yet is never divided. She is the support of all, yet remains untouched.
Although I am ever free and not involved in any manner, I wield my power called Maya. I appear to become covered with ignorance, to be born and reborn, to seek and to find, until, growing wiser, I seek a teacher, learn the truth, practice it, and become absolved. All this play happens within my own pure, uncontaminated, ever free, absolute intelligence.
This is the fourth teaching of the Vidya Gita. The play of Maya is within the self. The goddess appears to become bound, but she is never truly bound. Every soul is the goddess playing at being lost and eventually remembering.
Knowledge related to me has two categories: dual and non dual. Dual knowledge relates to worship, non dual knowledge relates to direct realization. Dual practices, worship, prayer, meditation, purify the mind, and lead ultimately to non dual realization.
This is the fifth teaching of the Vidya Gita. Dual practices lead to non-dual realization. Worship is not the final goal, but a powerful means to make the mind fit for the highest truth.
When the mind completely resolves into the self, that state is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. After rising from it, the person is overpowered by the memory of his experience as the one, undivided, infinite, pure self, and he knows with certainty, I am that. This is supreme knowledge, Vijnana.
This is the sixth teaching of the Vidya Gita. Supreme wisdom is the recognition that follows samadhi. Samadhi gives the experience. Wisdom gives the recognition. I am that.
The fruit of self-realization is the end of all misery and absolute fearlessness. This is emancipation. Fear exists only where there is duality. When duality ends, fear ends. Moksha is not something external to be gained. It is your own nature when ignorance is removed.
This is the seventh teaching of the Vidya Gita. Moksha is fearlessness, here and now.
The chief requisite for emancipation is earnestness, intense, unwavering longing for freedom. No other effort is needed if this longing is deep and sincere. When the longing for the self is total, everything else follows naturally.
This is the eighth teaching of the Vidya Gita. Earnestness is the sole requisite.
The obstacles are three: lack of faith, desire, and dullness. Lack of faith is overcome by right logic and the words of the Guru. Desire is overcome by dispassion and turning away from thoughts of pleasure. Dullness is overcome by sincere worship and devotion to the Goddess. The devotee who surrenders unreservedly to me is endowed with all that is necessary for realization.
This is the 9th teaching of the Vidya Gita. The devotee is the best aspirant.
The self is not hidden. It is always shining as I, but it is mistaken for a body due to ignorance. When ignorance is removed, the I is recognized as pure consciousness. This recognition ends all suffering and fear.
This is the 10th teaching of the Vidya Gita. The self is not hidden, it is only overlooked.
The sages are of three kinds, according to the degree of realization. The highest abide in the self even while engaged in complex duties. The middle abide in the self during intervals of work. The lowest abide in the self through constant practice. All are liberated, but their expression differs. The perfect sage is identical with me. There is no difference.
This is the 11th teaching of the Vidya Gita. The perfect sage is one with the Goddess.
I have now answered all your questions. Go forth without doubt. The truth has been revealed.
Having spoken thus, the Supreme Consciousness became silent. The sages bowed in deep gratitude. Their doubts were dispelled. Their hearts were filled with peace. They returned to their abodes, established in the highest wisdom.
Thus, O Rama, I have given you the sacred Vidya Gita, the song of wisdom. It destroys all sins and purifies the mind. It is the raft that carries one across the ocean of samsara. Read it, contemplate it, and let it transform you.
The teaching of Chapter 20, the Vidya Gita, is complete. Summary of the Vidya Gita. The Goddess is abstract intelligence, the pure self. She is also the concrete form, the eternal divine couple. The play of Maya happens within her own being. Dual practices lead to non-dual realization. Supreme wisdom is the recognition I am that after samadhi. Moksha is fearlessness, your own nature when duality ends. Earnestness is the only true requisite. The three obstacles are lack of faith, desire, and dullness. The devotee who surrenders is the best aspirant. The self is not hidden, it is only overlooked. The perfect sage is identical with the Goddess. Take a quiet moment now and reflect. You are not a separate seeker struggling to reach a distant truth. You are the Goddess playing at being lost. You are the self pretending to be limited. The obstacles are within you, yet so is the grace that removes them. The path is devotion, the goal is recognition, and the truth is already here, shining as the I that you always are. In the chapters to come, Dattatreya will continue guiding Parasurama toward complete establishment in this living truth. But for now, rest in the words of the Divine Mother. Let them sink into your heart. Let the old sense of separation gently dissolve. Let the recognition dawn. I am that. I have always been that. If this teaching stirred something deep within you, pause the video right now. Close your eyes for 1 minute and simply ask, who am I? Beyond all thoughts, beyond the body, beyond the mind. Don't search for an answer. Just rest in the pure awareness that is aware of everything. Now, comment below with one word or phrase that arose for you. For example, I, awareness, self-luminous, or always here. Share this chapter with one sincere seeker you know, someone who has been on the path for years but still feels stuck. Your share might be the turning point they need. If this series is helping you turn inward, please like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss Chapter 21. The journey from knowing about the self to directly being the self continues. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May the mind turn inward. May thoughts subside. May you recognize what you have always been.